What's up? What's going on, legends? Welcome back to the channel. In today's video, I'm bringing you guys a mission guide for Tier 3 of the Black Mous faction here in Season 4. In this video, you guys can expect me to cover each and every one of the 7 total missions in this tier, and obviously once you guys complete the last and final one, you will then unlock Tier 4 of the Black Mous faction. Before we dive into it, if you guys do enjoy this content anytime or find this video helpful in any way, make sure you show your support for the channel by going down below and smashing that like button. Let's go ahead and throw an easy goal of 150 likes on today's video, as well as if you would like to find your way back to the channel for more Call of Duty content, make sure you do hit that subscribe button, alongside that notification bell so we don't miss you in future videos. Alright, so first up, we have Operators in Need. This one is only going to be one part, and it is pretty straightforward. It's asking us to help a squad mate complete 3 missions. Now, the best way to go about this would actually be to infill with some randoms, as a lot of the times when I know I'm infilling with randoms, they have some pretty easy or early missions equipped, and it is easier to knock those out, and obviously you'd be able to complete 3 missions with that squad, knocking this out really early. The idea here is you basically just have to assist with missions or get the mission assist. So at any point you are a part of a random team, even if they go off on their own and complete their own missions, you guys will still get the mission assist. Being a part of that squad, you don't actually have to participate at all. But once you guys basically assist with 3 missions, regardless of if you infill with randoms or you guys go in with your teammate fully equipped with some easy missions, this will go through, knock out 3 missions. Doesn't even have to be in the same deployment. Once you guys do this, this first mission will be complete. Next up, we have Bedrock. This one is going to be a 3-parter, and it is going to be sending us over to Koshai Complex. Part 1 is asking us to enter the Koshai Complex. So once you guys go into Al Mazrah, you're going to be looking for one of the bunker entrances. There are 4 of them, and if you guys need help finding these locations, I do have a video over on the channel letting you know where all these bunker entrances are, and I definitely recommend going and checking that out. If you're going to make your way over to one of the entrances, doesn't matter which, you're going to go ahead and enter into the Koshai Complex, and once you guys actually spawn into the location, this first part will be complete. Now, part 2 is asking us to investigate the chemical plant. So obviously, depending on which entrance you choose will determine the puzzle you will have to complete in order to get to the chemical plant. But basically, no matter which one you go in, there will be a place that you have to go through in order to actually get to the middle, and you guys will open that bunker entrance to the center, which is where the dark is located. So you will want to be equipped with that night vision. Then you guys will obviously pop that night vision on, and upon entering into the chemical plant, which is the center, you guys will then get part 2 complete. Now, part 3 is just asking us to extract from the Koshai Complex. So you guys have already entered, made your way all the way to the center where the dark is. There's more than likely going to be at least 1, if not 2 extract points in this chemical plant. You guys will just pop on that night vision, head over to your nearest location, and if you guys move to this middle area fairly quick, you'll more than likely be the first team here and or the first person to this location. You guys should be able to exfil without too many issues. Go over to your nearest elevator, obviously call that in, wait that duration. Once it comes in, this will go in, close the doors, and exfil safely, wrapping up this mission. So next up, we have Unarmed and Dangerous. This one is going to be a 2-parter. Part 1 asks us to infill solo without any weapons. So all you're going to need to do is obviously unequip both of your weapons. Then you're just going to need to infill, and obviously once you spawn in with your fists only, this first part will be complete. Now, second part asks us to exfil in the same deployment without picking up any weapons. So you're going to want to make sure, again, once you guys actually infill, you do not want to pick up any weapons. All you're going to need to do is basically go ahead and ping your closest vehicle, jump in that vehicle, head over to your nearest exfil, call that exfil in, and then you're going to want to exfil safely. The great news here is more than likely you're going to try to do this mission after having an unsuccessful one, so you guys won't have anything to lose at that point, and basically all you're going to do is run over to a vehicle, drive over, and even if you guys get eliminated in the process, you guys will just infill, try again, and more than likely within a couple tries, you guys should be successful. But once you guys actually exfil successfully without picking up any weapons and infilling solo, this mission will be complete. Next up, we have Double Crossed. This one is only going to be 1 part, but it is taking us over to Ashika Island. It's asking us to kill the bomb maker with a crossbow. Now, in order to get access to a crossbow, we have a couple of different options. You guys could obviously choose to infill with one as an insured weapon, which gives you pretty easy access to it if you have it unlocked. Otherwise, you guys can infill into Ashika Island, gain your access to the castle, whether it's the key you're taking on the Wheelson, head all the way up to the top of the castle where the bomb maker is located, eliminate him, and he'll drop a crossbow as one of his drops. You guys will then pick up that crossbow, exfil it, and then infill into your next match, being prepared to take on the bomb maker with the crossbow. So whether it's an insured weapon that you guys choose to equip it as, or you guys go in, eliminate the bomb maker, and get it that way, you guys will then have that crossbow and be prepared to go in and take on that bomb maker. So essentially at this point, you're just going to head over to the Suki Castle. I always go for the Wheelson as it's a free entryway. Otherwise, if you guys have the key, you guys can always do that as well. Hit the Wheelson with a couple Semtexes or Thermites, disable it, obviously hack that, giving yourself access to the castle, or go up to the door and use the key. I always recommend the one that is closest to the bridge. This will open this door. There will be a sentry gun. You're going to take that out, obviously watching out for the traps and eliminating any AI along the way. You guys will go up to the next floor there. On this floor, you guys will run across a trap or a proximity mine. Make sure you guys don't run into that. You guys will then follow this into the door, which is the main square. You'll take the right. You will take out that sentry gun, head up a flight of stairs. Then you guys are going to want to be careful of the trip mine that is attached to the grenade there. You guys will disable that. A couple of riot shielders will make their way down the stairs. You guys will take them on, eliminate both of them. At this point, you guys will be prepared to take on the bomb maker, so you're going to want to make sure you do have the crossbow out. You guys are then going to head up to the top of the stairs. You should only have to hit the bomb maker once with the crossbow, and whether or not you have attachments is not relevant. It will eliminate him pretty easily, wrapping up this mission. Next up, we have Substantial Findings. This one is going to be a three-parter. It is going to have us in Al Mazrah and take us over to Ashika Island. And part 1 is kind of has a part for both part 2 and 3, so you guys will be doing part 1 kind of twice. Part 1 asks us to take the 2 tracking devices from the town center or Al Sharim dead drop. So first, we're going to go ahead and go over to Al Mazrah, and we're going to be headed to the Al Sharim dead drop. Now, my recommendation for getting to this location is head to the northern part of Akhdar village, and then head up Al Sharim Pass from that direction, as it will give you the least amount of AI to encounter, and it'll make it a lot easier, as you'll basically be able to work your way up the hill here to a ladder that you will then climb up the ladder, and it will lead you directly to this dead drop location. As you guys make your way up, obviously you will challenge some AI, however you will clear them out, climb up to the top of this ladder, and this is where this dead drop will be. As always, I will do my best to show you guys this location on the map. You guys will then open up this dead drop location, receiving access to the tracking device. You guys will then go ahead and grab this tracking device, and then you'll be prepared for part 2, which is asking us to plant a tracker on top of the submarine in Hafid Port. Now that you guys have access to this tracking device, you're going to then go ahead and jump into a vehicle or head over to Hafid Port. Once you guys get to Hafid Port, you're going to be looking on your map at those giant warehouses that are a blue color. You'll be looking for the one that is in the top right location of Hafid Port. Basically, once you guys walk in, you won't be able to miss the submarine in here. It is fairly large, and obviously there could be some AI in this location as well. Is we'll make your way in, eliminate whatever AI are necessary, then we'll climb up on top of the submarine, and then you guys will go to the part that obviously sticks up above the rest. You guys then will see a queue to plant this tracking device. You guys will go ahead and plant this in this location, and part 2 will be complete. Now we're headed over to Ashika Island, and we're going to go back to part 1 again, as it's asking us to take the tracking device from the town center dead drop. This time, obviously, you're going to infill, determine where you are on the map. You're going to be headed over to the town center location, and I always recommend going towards the waterways, as to the left of this is that research center, and directly to the left of this is the area in which the dead drop location is going to be. As always, I will show you guys this location on the map. You guys will head over to this dead drop location, open it up, and you guys will get access to this tracking device. Then obviously, once you guys get access to this, you guys will be prepared for part 3. Now part 3 is just asking us to plant a tracker on the top of the submarine in Ashika Island waterways. At this point, you're already pretty close to the town center entrance, so you guys could go that way, or you guys could choose to go to the north entrance in the water plant area or the south entrance in Port Ashika. Regardless, you guys are going to enter into the waterways, and you're going to make your way towards the center. If you go in from the town center, obviously you guys are going to want to follow it a little bit to the right to get to that submarine location. Basically, this is a centralized location just below the castle. You guys are going to make your way through the waterways, eliminating AI and possibly juggernauts, depending on your situation. You guys will eliminate all the enemies in that area, gaining access to that submarine. You guys are going to jump on the submarine, similar to how you did with part 2, in the exact same location as you did in that first one. You guys will then be able to see this queue to plant this tracking device. You guys will then go ahead and plant this here in this location. That will wrap up part 3 and complete this mission. Next up, we have Researcher's Dilemma. This one is going to be 3 parts, and it is taking us over to Vondel. Part 1 is asking us to find the researcher's notes in the Vondel veterinary office. Now, it is important to note you will need a specific key in order to get access to this office. It is going to be the veterinarian's key, so you guys might have to complete some missions to get that as a reward, or you guys would have to complete HVTs or come in with a skeleton key to get access to this door. Once you guys have access to this key, you guys will then be able to complete this mission. So you guys are going to first need access to the veterinary office in order to get access to these research notes. So you guys are going to open up your map, and in the bottom left corner of the zoo is going to be a building location. If you guys head over to it, you guys should see animal care written on the doors. You guys will be able to open these doors, and within this building will be a office that is locked by key. It'll be the veterinarian's office. You guys are then going to need to unlock this door. You guys will head inside, and on one of the countertops will be the researcher's notes. You guys will then obviously be able to pick these up, knocking out part 1. Now part 2 is asking us to place the researcher's notes on the 2nd floor of the church near the castle in the same deployment. Now you guys are going to want to open up your TAC map, and you're going to want to head over to the castle location. It's going to be more like the northwest portion of the map, and at this point you guys are going to actually want to head just south of the castle itself, and you guys will see, as you get closer to this location, a church-like building. You guys will head inside this, of course, and as always, I will do my best to show you guys this location on the map. You will want to find the ladder inside here, which climbs you up to a 2nd floor. On the 2nd floor, you guys will see a document on the floor here, and this is where you're going to be placing these researchers' notes. You guys are then going to go ahead and place these researchers' notes down here in the 2nd floor of the church, and once you do so, part 2 will be complete. Now, part 3 is asking us to take the false notes from the church and place them in the veterinary's office in the same deployment. So as you guys are basically placing those researchers' notes, you guys will see the other notes on the ground. You might even have to pick these up to place the first ones down. You guys will then grab these false notes, and you're going to need to head back to your first location where you picked up those researchers' notes from that veterinary's office. So you guys are going to head back all the way across the map to the zoo location, and it's going to be in the bottom left-hand portion of the map. You guys will head back into the animal care building, into that veterinary office room. Then at this point, you're going to head over to the location where you picked up those researcher documents. Then you'll see the queue to place down these false notes. You guys will place the false notes in the exact same spot. This will wrap up part 3 and complete this mission. Next up, we have our last and final mission, Spetnaz Exposed. This one is going to be a 3-parter, and it is going to be taking us over to Koshai Complex. Part 1 is asking us to find the Spetnaz documents in Koshai Complex Alpha Cluster. So we know we're headed over to the complex, and we know we're going to the Alpha Cluster. So before we actually head into the complex, I definitely recommend getting access to jumper cables and a car battery as you will need both of these to gain access to the Alpha Cluster, as long as another team doesn't beat you to this area. So then what you're going to need to do is head over to one of your nearest complex entrances. You're going to go get access to the complex with your jump cables and your car battery, and you guys will be prepared to find these documents. And once you guys get inside, you'll work your way through whatever entrance you make it to into the chemical plant. Once inside the chemical plant, I'd basically just say follow the walls until you're able to find the location in which the 2 doors to the Alpha Cluster are. In between these doors will be a panel where you'll then be able to insert the car battery and the jumper cables powering the interface here to then be able to open one of the doors to the Alpha Cluster. You're then going to want to open one of these doors, and once you guys get access to it, you'll then make your way through the hallways, obviously taking out the sentry guns or any AI you come across along the way. Once you guys make your way to the big open room, you guys are then going to want to head directly across the room, and obviously on both sides of this room will be second levels where elevators could come in to obviously allow you to exfil. You guys are going to make your way to the opposite side of the room from where you actually enter in, and on this opposite side will be a way you guys can make your way up to a second level. You guys will make your way up to this second level, and you will follow the wall all the way down until it almost hits the end, and somewhere towards the end there you guys will see on the ground these Spetnaz documents. At this point you guys will then be able to pick them up, knocking out part 1. Now part 2 is asking us to extract the documents. Now the good news here is as long as you've made it this far, more than likely you'll just head back to the other side of the building near where you entered, but before you enter that big room, to the left will be another spot where you are on a second level, and there should be an exfil elevator in this location. You guys will walk over to it, obviously call it in, wait the duration for it to show up. You guys will get into the elevator, obviously close the doors. Once those doors close and you exfil these documents, part 2 will be complete. Now part 3 is actually taking us over to Vondel, and you will want to make sure you still have the documents equipped. So then you guys are going to infill into Vondel, where it asks us to deliver the Spetnaz documents to the Phalanx dead drop near the Vondel University. Now if you guys get lucky, you might spawn in on this portion of the map. If not, you will open up your map, and towards the northern side you guys will want to obviously locate the university, and between the university and the city hall will be a gas station. And if you guys go over to this gas station location, behind this gas station is where that dead drop location is going to be. As always, I will do my best to show you guys this location on the map. You guys will then obviously open up this dead drop those Spetnaz documents into this location, and knock out part 3 and complete tier 3 of the Black Mous faction. That's going to wrap things up for today's mission guide. Thank you guys for all the support in today's video, all support in the channel, and I look forward to seeing y'all in the next one. Peace.